Hello, welcome back to the channel, and we've got a grain to glass video. So we'll let you go and see the brew day. The brew day has already been out, so you may have seen it, so fast forward if you want to see me crack this beer open. This is the American brown ale. He made me do it, and he knows who he is. So let's see the brew day.
Hello, welcome back to the channel, and we've got another brew day going on. This is going to be an American brown ale. As you can see there, we've got the grist. I've named this one He Made Me Do It because there's a reference there to shark. Right, so the grist of this American brown is going to be 76% pale, 10% brown malt, which is it's not used much, I don't think, nowadays. Crystal light 8%, chocolate malt 3%, and roasted malt 3%. And then I'm going to be using, you can see, I don't know if you can see that there too well, that's my West Coast, American West Coast yeast. I've got Strata and Motware hops and Magnum for bittering. They're my salts. And we're going to, well, it's going to be a 8-litre target batch for this. So there's the ingredients, there's the bag. Gonna do my normal stovetop, brew in the bag. So let's carry on. So there's a grain crush, so it's a really fine crush this, because it's brewing a bag. Just to say, I'm going to be mashing it in at 68 for 60 minutes. So the target for this, the IBUs, is going to be 30. I can break that, well you'll see that in my recipe, the actual breakdown in percentages. But we're going aiming for a 30 IBU beer. Right, strike water reach, we're on 71, just coming up to 72. Turn the heat off, put the grains in, and get a mash temp about 68.5, I'd say, for this one. So mashing in, like I say, aiming for about 68.5, between 68 and 69 for this mash for 60 minutes. Using the whisk here just to make sure I don't get any dough balls. So adding in my salts. I'm going for a multi-bitter balance profile. There we go. So I'm happy with that for a mash temp. So all I've got to do now is let it mash for 60 minutes, and I'm going to get a sample so I can check my pH level as well. So I need to get this wrapped up before I lose too much temperature. I go down the side to get some of the liquid there. So down the side of the bag into the liquor. So I wasn't even on the camera there, just to show you. So that's enough of a sample to try, to test for the pH. So when I talk about mash pH, this is what I do. I measure it with a pH meter. I'm quite happy with that, 5.3, 5.36. It's in the ballpark. You really want it between like 5.2 and 5.6 for mashes, and it helps with the efficiency of mash as well. And it's just measuring basically acidity. But yeah, I'll put a little bit now on the screen about what the point is, the pH, when you're doing your mash. So what I do here, you can see I line up my hops, so it makes it easier for the brew day. Okay, so what we're doing here is straining the grain, so getting all that wort out of the bag. Different thing, I really get squeeze and get as much as I can out of this, as many of them sugars as possible. I think that's, I don't see a problem with doing that whatsoever. So there you go, that's all the wort that's now out the grains, so ready to get this on a boil. Okay, it's not the easiest thing to video, but I've got a reading there between 1042, 1043, and that is spot on target for me. Absolutely fantastic. Boil reached, so the first edition is my bittering hops, and it's Magnum going in at 60 minutes. 10-minute edition, this is the Strata hop and a little bit of Irish moss. I've added a teaspoon of Irish moss as well. Okay, 5-minute edition going in. This is Muter, another new hop to me, New Zealand hop. So both Strata and Muter, first time for me brewing with. Right, so flame out, so knock the power off. This is again Muter and Strata combined. So it's a blend of both going in. Flame out, and then I'll get this down to about 80 degrees and then do my whirlpool hop. Okay, so what I'm doing now is creating a whirlpool, and then I'm going to put in the blend of Muter and Strata and give it a 30-minute hop stand. So let's get a bit of a swirl going on there. Lid on and hop stand. So my original gravity is 1051. Again, that's spot on target, so happy with that. So transfer it now into fermenter. Then we'll add the yeast. So there we go, that's the brew day. So he made me do it. American brown coming in at 1051 gravity. I'll let it ferment at 19 degrees now for 2 weeks, then decide if I'm going to keg it or bottle it. But then to follow this, I'll do a full grain to glass video. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that, and here we go. So I decided to bottle condition this beer. So yeah, so it's a bottle conditioned beer. It's an American brown ale, came in at 5.5% in the end. I bottled it on the 24th of April 2024, put it in a flip top bottle, some of them in cap bottles, and some people will be getting one. So yeah, so wait for that. There's a few of you will get a taste of this beer. So I used the new hops to me, like I said in the video, Strata and Muter. So I'm looking forward to it. I have tried it. I tried it on a live. It's the first time I'm trying it actually on my own. And I'm going to flip this bottle. Little bit of a smoke. A little bit of hiss there. Yeah, so hopefully I've actually gone through the recipe on the video already. I don't know. And the percentages. But I'll go through it again. So we've got we've got 76% pale. We've got 10% brown malt, we've got 8% crystal, crystal light malt, sorry, 8%, chocolate malt 3%, and roasted malt 3%, and then we had the Magnum for bittering, then Strata and Muter throughout to get a 30 IBU beer. I used a BRY 97 yeast, and I got 5.3 pH. So there you go. So it ended up 5.5%. I do enjoy an American brown ale. I will do a video about American brown ales, but this is about my American brown homebrew grain to glass. So hopefully you can see that pouring there. That to me is pouring exactly how I wanted it to pour. With a lovely light brown, touching medium brown. Nice looking head coming on there. Let's just stop it about there. Still clear. There you go. Let's stop it there. Let's put the bottle that side. There's a bottle. There's the yeast in the bottom. Done it in a dimple pot. I can see a lovely brown tinge throughout that. Deep, dark mahogany, touching light brown with a nice off-coloured, creamy looking head. I am pleased as punch.
with this. I really am. It looks the part. It's got lovely notes of caramel, roastiness. It's got that caramel toffee roastiness about it. A little bit of chocolate. And a little bit, it's American brown. It's got a little touch of a citrus note. It's a touch. First time we used Strata Motto Air, and there's a touch there. It's not overpowering, it's just a slight touch. Okay, let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. I really like it. I really, really like that beer. It's got all the notes I wanted it to have. It's got that slight roastiness. It's got a slight bitterness there. It's got a sweetness. It's got a really good drinkability about it. It's just worked. Now, Strata Motto Air, would I use them again in a brown ale? If I'm honest, no. I would probably push a C hop in there. For my palate, I'd prefer a C hop, but it's done a good job. It's very drinkable. It's got a nice body. It's got a nice subtle hoppiness, but I just want a little bit more citrus. I really do just want a bit more orangey citrus from it. So I would definitely revert back to a traditional C hop in this beer. It's been great. It's a lovely beer, but I just need to say, for me, I need a little bit more. For an American brown, a bit more citrus, and I would be pleased to bits. But there you go. That's my he made me do it. He knows who he is. Shark, Great White, 5.5%. Really chuffed that I did this beer, because I just wanted, at the time, I wanted some inspiration to brew a beer, and Shark gave me that inspiration, and he said a brown ale, and I thought, yes, I can do it for brown ale, and that is an American brown ale. That's absolutely spot on for me. Okay, thanks for watching, and remember, comment below, ask me any questions. I will share this recipe to anybody, you know that. Cheers, and I'll see you on another one.